Good evening. President Trump is calling it a victory, getting what he wants out of a threat to impose tariffs on foreign goods. Canadian and Mexican leaders promising cooperation at the northern and southern U.S. borders. And President Trump then delaying those tariffs by at least the next 30 days. The president says he is in talks right now with China's president as well. Now, if and when the tariffs do take effect, the taxes on imports are expected to have a significant impact here on New York State. With a 10% tariff placed on Canadian energy, electricity, and gas prices, well, they could skyrocket, specifically here where a large portion of our energy supply comes from Canada. CBS 6's Brandon Sapardi is speaking with experts tonight, and she joins us live right now. So, Bree, what could this mean for New Yorkers?
Greg, experts warn that a tariff war between the U.S. and Canada could spell really bad news for New York State. New York is one of the states that relies heavily on Canadian energy like electricity and fuel for heating as well as transportation. Experts warn that imposing these tariffs would most certainly lead to higher energy costs. From heating oil to electricity, experts warn the 10% tariff on Canadian energy, set to go in effect Tuesday, is expected to raise costs for suppliers, which will likely be passed on to consumers.
Yeah, I think we could certainly see higher energy prices. I think that's one of the reasons why you saw energy singled out with a lower tariff, because I think there's an acknowledgement how critical Canadian energy is to the U.S. economy and the impact that could have on consumers and businesses alike. And those costs, those increased costs, will certainly be passed along to consumers.
Canadian hydropower is a key component of New York's electricity supply, especially in regions like the North Country and New York City. Though the United States produces crude oil, it relies heavily on Canadian crude oil because of its composition.
So there isn't an immediate cross substitutability between what we import and what we export, even though right now the United States is a net exporter. So I would anticipate an increase in prices on gasoline.
Cost of gasoline, I wouldn't be surprised if the cost of gasoline goes up tomorrow. I cannot overstate how bad this is for New York.
According to the New York Independent System Operator, the agency responsible for managing the state's electricity grid and markets, it is, quote, actively pursuing guidance pertaining to the impact on electricity markets and which Canadian energy resources qualify. We will communicate to all stakeholders as soon as we receive clarification. In their statement, the agency did not provide detail on how the tariffs would impact the state's electricity market. If talks with Canada break down after 30 days, experts warn higher energy costs are what New Yorkers are likely in store for. Reporting live for CBS 6 News, I'm Brianna Supardi.